Hey fellow investors, this is Alex and Rock from the Go Coaching Club, and we're here with another video for you guys. And in this video we want to share with you a topic that may seem very dry and very boring, but it's actually going to make a big difference between getting by and really succeeding in real estate. And that's really the importance of actually having the right paperwork when you're doing your deals, and also why you always want to have these paperwork with you. So I want to have Rock here explain a little bit about the difference between actually taking an existing form and making addendums to them, and in that case, which terms actually supersedes the other one. So
right, it's always very important to have the right paperwork, because it doesn't matter what kind of verbal agreement you have with the buyer and sellers. In the future, once the closing time comes, they all might change. So if you have it on paper, if you always have the right paperwork, you will always win. It's not to say that every time they will change their mind or something, but whatever you have on paper, that's what the attorney is going to go by, that's what the sellers are going to go by, and that's what the buyers are going to go by. So if you have the right terms there, you're not going to encounter any kind of problems. Now, just to be safe, you always gotta, whatever agreement that you have, put them down on paper. Like Alex mentioned earlier, whatever written agreements you have is going to supersede all the terms that are part of the legal documents to begin with. So what I suggest, every time you have a contract or a purchase and sales agreement, you always add an addendum to it, and make sure to write down all the terms that you want to really specify. Like you want to post a sign in front of a house as soon as you put a contract on it, before you even closing it. Well, I suggest you put that part of the agreement. If you're working with a buyer and you want to have the down payment as non-refundable down payment, you make sure to write that down part of the addendum. So anything that is important and you want to supersede the actual purchase and sales and contract, make sure to write it part of the addendum.
yeah, and we have a saying, the pen is definitely mightier than the sword. And in this case, what that means, like the handwritten addition, deletion, whatever you do, it's actually going to take up. It's actually going to be more. It's actually going to enforce over what's actually been printed in the agreement. And that's really the whole point of it. That's actually how the law actually views this information. Now, obviously, neither one of us are lawyers. We're going to share with you what our experiences are. But in every transaction that we had, we've always included addendums. And a lot of folks are saying, well, what if I don't near a printer? What if I'm not near a computer? That's the whole point. I mean, the pen, you can handwrite out anything, and that really, I mean, anybody you're going to talk to, that's a reality in real estate investing, right?
Yeah.
There's no way you can come up with, and believe me, it doesn't matter how complete the paperwork is. You're going to basically find a situation where you can say, well, what about you throwing that hot tub? It's happened more than once, right?
Yeah.
What if you throwing that used car? We actually have a client. I mean, he, this is actually one of the funniest stories. He actually got a thoroughbred horse as part of the deal. There's no way that whoever came up with the original paperwork could put in, okay, well, check the box here if you want to actually have the horse come with the house. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So what he had the foresight to actually put in the addendum saying that the horse is going to come with the house, and because the horse is actually racing quality. I mean, actually been bred to race. He got several $1,000s for the horse. The whole point is like, you don't know what's going to be out there. So just understand that the whole procedure is actually add addendums and handwrite that. If there's any terms you don't like, cross it out, and then just to be safe, have you and basically the buyer or the seller initial it. And in most cases, that's binding. That's usually standard practice. So as I said, we're not lawyers. We don't pretend to be. We're sharing you what our experiences have been. And this has served us really well after having been involved in hundreds of deals. Okay. So again, this is Alex and Brock from the Go Coaching Club, stressing you guys the importance of actually working with legal paperwork, understanding it. Yes, they are boring. Yes, they're cut and dry. But believe me, take a little extra time to familiarize yourself with your paperwork. Do some of the stuff we just shared with you, and you'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Okay. So until next time, we're signing off, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode.